Yes.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Glad everyone's here. Kind of chilly, but it's what it is. And it's cold, but it's good. Outside is chilly, but it's more warm up. The daylight saving time is starting. So don't forget, ahead, spring ahead. We will be getting into warm weather sometime soon. Okay, we want to just thank you for coming. Welcome here. I'm Willis Brown, President of the Bronzeville Neighborhood Association, and Anna Mason, the Vice President of the Neighborhood Association. And we have a lot of development going on in here, a lot of things happening. We're just going to bring you up to speed on. And, we'll love to hear your comments and go forward. That's what we're going to do. Go right ahead to our Vice President's report, development in the area.
Development in the Bronzeville neighborhood, like much of the inner city, is very active. It's north, south, east, and west, and in the middle. Bronzeville neighborhood. So from Jefferson, Taylor, Leonard, Broad Street, East Broad Street, we have development. So with this development, a lot of new people moving in. New people, we have more cars moving in, so concern parking. But with development and things that come with development, you're going to have more traffic. Businesses, restaurants, everything that all of us, most of us in the inner city are here for. All those nice things. Welcome all the people coming in these new developments. We want more development. Columbus, many cities in the country are reconsidering parking requirements for city development, reducing the number of requirements, not as stringent as they have been in the past. So some cities have really reduced parking. Columbus modifying hits. So again, all those that live in this neighborhood, parking is changing, will change. With that note, I will list some of the projects that are on. Projects are about to happen, and it's an exciting time to be in Bronzeville. Now, the one project we have, which is now coming up out of the ground at Garfield and East Long Street, Ogden Apartments. Talked about that before. That's with Metropolitan Development. Metropolitan is also doing apartments at Open 18th, Old Town. This development at North Garfield and East Long Street, across the street adjacent to the Lincoln Theater, is named after the original name of the development. And the exciting thing on this project is this week started to rise up out of the ground. We have concrete columns now, piers are shown. And we have approximately 70 units in that apartment complex with parking underneath. Parking will be on site. Then we have the Edna building at Australia Alley. The Edna building is approximately 1900, 1905 construction, brick building, 3 stories. Its Australia Alley is between 17th and North Monroe. The Edna building, the development is with Miles McClellan with Cecily Building Services. They just recently put up their sign, we started clean out, we started basement. And the developer previously, because things can change, previously was saying that's where the Columbus land bank moving to. It has been over on Parsons, South Parsons, discussions on what will be in that lease space, so I will leave it at lease space at the moment to find out information. And the other development we have is flats on Gay Street. And the flats on Gay Street is at 934 East Gay, that's between 17th and Miami. And it's, again, it's a 3-story project. It's apartments with parking on site at the rear of the building. And it's still under construction, but they do have their sign up, so they are leasing now. People are interested in that location. And then we go way over to the other corner of our neighborhood. We're at Taylor and Atchison, by the Point East. And that is where OSU leased hospitals medical rehabilitation building proposal is located. We had a meeting like we talked about a month ago in the Baptist Church. The community discussed their reaction to their proposal. The result of discussion in that meeting and some back and forth since, the OSU is reconsidering its proposal, working with the developments on that. The other interesting developments we have is with New City. New City is a family housing developer who's done work around the city and is now doing a good amount of work here in the Bronzeville neighborhood. They have a project, 4 sites that they're developing on Northman Road between Long Street and Mount Vernon. They have 3 houses that construction on North 20th, again between Long Street and Mount Vernon, and they have one on 18th between Long Street and Mount Vernon. And they also are closing several houses, and I'm not sure what the latest count is, on Granville at Grant. That area between Winter, Granville, and Mount Vernon is a very desirable location for housing. We have somebody starting a housing foundation this Friday, right in the corner of Winter and Mount Vernon. So for that, hopefully it will be open in the fall. It's not going to be March, but reconfiguring the inside and usable for various. Shiloh Baptist Church is at Hamilton and Mount Vernon. The other side of our there with the freeway, 71 is right there on the side of it. So there's 2 apartment complexes that are under construction. One on Hamilton has been up out of the ground for some months now, and they started to put the exterior on it. And the one facing Hamilton, just this past Wednesday, started to do the framing on the finished floor. So it's now rising up out of the ground. It will also be 3 floors. It's a very nice building with a fantastic unobstructed view of downtown. Again, it will be very desirable. It's those of us who know Columbus and have gone up and down North High Street, downtown north, have noticed a big change. It's slow down the speed, have pedestrian crosswalks, it's very pedestrian friendly, there's a lot of street walking, people going, looking at things, going to restaurants. It's a very comfortable street with a lot of traffic. Now, the opposite situation, this Broad Street is a raceway. Even when you have a light, even when you don't think there's a car, you look and you're ready to run across the street. It's ridiculous. Anybody with a baby stroller, anybody carrying anything, you feel like you're taking life in here. You need the city to do some serious traffic calming. 100 years ago, 1920s, 1930s, there was a median strip down the middle with trees. You need to consider that again. Make Broad Street a street that we can cross. No reason why people in Old Town can't come over here to the Lincoln Theater without feeling they're taking their life in their hands. It really is ridiculous. And it is a raceway. You notice, actually, when you go on Broad Street is 30, 35 miles